Yo, what it is? Keep it G blog tap that again, man, with the people, man. Fuck it is, man. So, Young Thug YSL. I know y'all see the title, like, yo, what the fuck is he talking about? I'm gonna get into all of that. But before I get into that, I'm gonna say this. I don't like speaking on open cases. I don't. Now, I know the police don't need no help. But, at the same time, they do watch social media. They keeping tabs on what's being said. I mean, all information is public, but still, that's my reasoning. I really don't like speaking on it, but I noticed with this Young Thug shit, I've been watching everybody's content, and people is leaving a lot out. They're leaving a lot out. And the video got released yesterday of FANNIE WILLIS, speaking on people tampering with witnesses. And a lot of people got it wrong. Check this out.
Gang sympathizers are threatening the life of a witness in the criminal case against rapper Young Thug and 27 other alleged gang members. And not just the witness, but the family, too. And Channel 2 investigative reporter Mark Winnie, live now at the Fulton County Courthouse covering this. Mark, the DA says someone leaked the identities of that witness.
And we obtained a motion where the prosecution is asking a judge to take action. The DA and Young Thug's attorney probably disagree about a lot in this case, but if this happened, they seem on the same page. It should not have. It's bad.
This is putting people at risk and is poisoning the jury pool. Please stop immediately.
YSL enthusiasts and or actual gang members are threatening someone they believe is cooperating with the state. And not only that person, but they're very small children.
Fulton County District Attorney FANNIE WILLIS says discovery in legal terms is material one side turns over to another after an indictment to level the playing field before trial. And in the YSL gang racketeering case, in which Jeffrey Williams, better known as the megastar rapper Young Thug, is the best known of more than 24 defendants, the DA's office has discovered a discovery document and part of a cooperating witness's statement made it onto social media. And the life of that witness, a cooperating YSL associate, and that witness's children are in jeopardy as a result. Ms. Willis says authorities are still investigating who leaked the discovery material. A new indictment just last week added new charges against Young Thug and a handful of other defendants in the case. Young Thug's attorney, Brian Steele, and the DA seem to agree the discovery leak is bad.
Whomever is placing items of discovery online is not doing anybody a favor. It is totally inappropriate to try this case in social media. This case will be tried fairly and justly in Fulton County Superior Court.
Concerning the re-indictment, Steele said Mr. Williams has committed no crime whatsoever. I look forward to the commencement of the jury trial. The DA's office says it was happy with a July 6 order issued by the judge in the YSL case, saying, in essence, lawyers may not share contact information for witnesses with their clients in the interest of preventing those witnesses from harm. But now the DA's office says they need an order that goes further.
We're having to ask for further restrictions.
Ms. Willis says she wants the judge to tell defense lawyers not to give discovery documents to their clients, though they can look at them. There are threats out there.
Absolutely, there are threats.
Given the allegations in the indictment, you do not believe they're idle threats?
I do not.
The DA's office says social media comments it shared with us pertain to the improper disclosure of an alleged witness's name. One commenter said, "Big rat and little mice," and another said, "You or your kids ain't safe." Ms. Willis says steps have been taken to protect the alleged witness and the witness's children.
We're going to have to do things to make sure that the witnesses are safe. We need people to understand that they can cooperate, they can do the right thing, and the state will be here to protect them. And
now, we've seen a post of what we believe is the disclosure at issue, or at least part of it, but we see no valid purpose in further sharing it. Reporting live in downtown Atlanta, Mark Winnie, Channel 2 Action News.
Now, nowhere in that video does she say YSL members harassing the motherfucking witnesses. Nowhere does she say that. And when she talk about the witness, she's talking about Kenneth Copeland. And it's another dude. Now, Steady Nash got it right. He corrected himself. Shout out to him. He the only blog I say he corrected. That's another thing, blogs. We gotta start correcting when we wrong. But fans is wrong in the case. They wrong in the case. I know everybody like to feel a part of something. I know you might think you're doing the right thing. But what you're doing is you're going to make it harder for these boys to win. Now, you heard what she just said. And I know they've been doing this in Baltimore for years now. If people are not familiar with how criminal cases work and when you're dealing with witnesses, you normally get your statement of facts, your discovery papers. You normally get that shit within the first couple months, 5 months, 4 months of being arrested, right? But what she's trying to do now, because of the fans putting pressure on the witnesses, and mind you, I don't believe fans is going to do nothing. But at the same time, as a judge, as a DA, you got to take these threats serious. So what she's ready to do is she's ready to she's ready to enable them from not being able to see who the witnesses is. Until maybe the day before court. Now, his lawyers are going to know. But I still believe that puts the defendant at a disadvantage. Because at the end of the day, Young Thug a millionaire, Gunna millionaires. All you gotta do is offer the right people some money, man, and yeah, they ain't saying nothing. They'll walk away peacefully. But these threats, mind you, blanket threats, is wrong in the case. Because what's going to happen is she's going to get what she wants. The judge is going to make it the way as though no more witnesses' statements will be revealed to the client. Now the lawyer can still go behind their back and do it, but he putting his job on the line, or she putting her job on the line if she go that route. A lot of people not willing to do that. Now we don't know who released these statements on Kenneth Copeland. Most likely probably came from the jail. But what's ready to happen is shit is ready to tighten up. It ain't gonna be too many more leaks. I guarantee you that. You can bet that. And this is not the first instance that we heard of. A couple months ago, remember this?
This is developing tonight. An 18-year-old is behind bars accused of threatening to kill the Fulton County Sheriff, his wife, and other local law enforcement officials in a social media post. The threats allegedly made over the arrests and jailings of more than 24 alleged members of the Young Slime Life street gang, including rappers Young Thug and Gunna. Sheriff Patrick Labatt says the teen made several threats, death threats, on his Instagram and posted comments on other accounts as well. Even with his teen in custody, the sheriff said just an hour ago the threats are still coming in. We'll have much more on this investigation and hear from the teen and his family tonight on 11 Alive News at 11.
I said then, he's fucking the case up, because he's proven, and what the fans are doing, they're proving YSL influence. So you're basically helping the state prove his case, because they can take this to court. People don't think like that. They can take these threats to court. Look what happened. I told you this is a game. Look at the influence they got on the people. Threats coming from everywhere. And if y'all really care about Young Thug and the rest of the YSL members, I know it might be hard for some people. People like to troll. People like to feel a part of, they want to be a part of the case. It's polarizing. But if you really care, better dial that shit back some. I'm telling you, dial it back. Because you fucking it up for them boys. And these boys are facing big boy numbers. Basketball years, football years. And Thug is the guy they trying to get. He is the one that when it all break down, if it all break down, because I don't believe they're going to give Thug a deal. They're going to make him go to trial. And if people familiar, when you go to trial, that's when they max you out. Because how they look at it is, you made us spend our money. So they're going to max you out, whatever the max is. So Young Thug is going to have to take this. He's going to more than likely take this shit to trial and win. Now, if he lose, we're going to see some time. A whole lot of it. But normally with these cases, once they break down, say Thug get 20 years. The rest of them will get shit like 5, 10, 3, 18 months, house arrest. That's how it shit normally go. Because normally they only want 1 or 2 people. They ain't trying to get everybody. Because you can't. It's going to cost too much money. A lot of these dudes are going to cop out. It's 28 of them. Not much money it costs to take 28 people to trial. And this is a major trial. This shit might go on for weeks. Now, I went through the whole indictment. All 88 pages. A lot of circumstantial evidence. But YSL was doing a lot of shit sloppy. A lot of telling on themselves. It looked like to me they didn't really realize that they was a gang. And they probably wasn't. They probably just looked at, look, we some niggas from the neighborhood. They never looked at it as a gang. But when you're dealing with these indictments, and you got a mountain of arrests dating all the way from 2012, all members, YSL tattoos, throwing up the gang signs, putting slat and slime in their motherfucking Instagram and Twitter posts. That's enough to prove that you're a crew. It is. Now, I don't know how the state is going to present their case and how the defense is going to counter it, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens. It's definitely going to be interesting. But like I said, YSL was sloppy. Young Thug, the leader, allegedly, was sloppy. That text or that post he sent to Lucci about what he would have been did to him, if he wasn't take care of his family the way he did, that was a violation. Red flag, flag on the play. Roughing the passer. He tripped out. I don't know what he was thinking when he did that. The shit when the nigga was standing on wife and Lucci car. Like, we watched this whole case play out on social media. We watched it in real time. And the only thing these people was doing was just documenting, taking the picture, screenshotting it. So they made the case easy. They made it easy for them. Now, it's a lot going on. But one thing I didn't hear people say, and this is something that they do, it's not just on the movies, it happened to me while I caught my time. You gotta watch out for the informant in the cell. You gotta watch out. A lot of people that's not familiar with the system or never really been a part of a big case, you just see it in the movies. You think that's some bullshit? No, it's real. They really do that. They will put somebody in your cell. This person will appear to be your friend, because they're here being there for months, however long the case gotta go. And you'll think you're cool with you, and you'll get comfortable, and you'll get to talking. And next thing you know, this same dude will be pointing you out, saying, well, he told me this in the cell, so he can come home. Gotta be aware of that. But with all this pressure, because it's definitely pressure, and it's a lot being said all through social media, it's going to be hard to find a jury that don't know about this case. Now, that can be a good thing, or it can be a bad thing. Because a lot of people can go into the jury pool with a preconceived notion, or they already feel like they're guilty because they done seen all the evidence on social media. So they're not even trying to hear this defense case. He guilty. And these boys got some charges: handgun violations, murders, attempts, theft, home invasion, crazy shit. Like I said, and these were all individual people, but once you lump them up, it become an organization. It become a gang. It become a RICO. So Young Thug is fighting for his life on one end. And on the other end, this is happening. You see what I mean about the financial strain that this puts on families? We heard from his sister. Now, however much this case is costing them, probably in the millions. He got this other guy, party promoter, suing him, $150,000. He gave him the front end. Since he was arrested, he wasn't able to fulfill the obligations, so the man want the front end back. And he's been reaching out to YSL or whoever controlling the money, and they giving him their ass to kiss. Because in reality, he probably don't got the money to spare right now. This case is draining them. If these dudes was to come home, they're going to come home broke. That might be what they wanted the whole time. Because money brings power. You strip the money away, the power is gone. But let me know how y'all feel about this shit in the comments, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, man, if you haven't, man. Support the movement, man. You feel me? Let me know if y'all want to hear me cover this case more often like the rest of these dudes, man. Because I'm coming from a different angle. And the shit that you hear me say, you ain't going to hear nowhere else. And I stand on that. I'm out.
Hey, Baltimore, Baltimore. Bitch, I'm reppin' Baltimore. Young street nigga, dope boy. I come from Baltimore. Baltimore, Baltimore. Young niggas be shining on them dirt bikes. We be wildin', sellin', scramble all the houses. About to hit the block. You know it's trapping time. Gotta watch what I say, cause they might tap the line.